Do you like tomatillo salsa? I do. That's one thing that I look forward to whenever I get certain dishes at Mexican restaurants. I was in the grocery store the other day and I saw tomatillos and I thought, you know, why not? So guys, I've got some tomatillos. I've took the husk off of them. I've washed them. And now I'm taking the core out of there. I'm cutting them in half. I'm going to put them in my food processor, and whenever I get 3 or 4 more in here, I'm going to chop them up. I'm going to keep going until I get the 5½ cups that I need for my recipe. Okay, I'm cutting up my jalapenos to go in the tomatillo salsa. I did chop up onions, guys. And I apologize, I did not get a video of me peeling and chopping and measuring the onion. So, I'm sorry, I apologize, but I'm trying to make up for it on this jalapeno. I am taking most of the seeds out. I want it to be warm, but not super hot. Now, I am doing a variation on this. The recipe in the ball canning book calls for green chili peppers. Well, I don't have green chili peppers. I did a Google search and I can substitute jalapenos. But you only use like 1/4 the amount, so I need 1/4 cup instead of a cup. But I will put both variations in the description box so that way you can make a choice as to what you want to put in there. We're going to start with the 2 peppers and see how close to 1/4 cup we've got. Whew. These are warm, guys, I promise. I may be crying on you. Okay. That was a pretty good guess. So, let me get this right here cleaned up, then we'll get it in the pot. Okay, I have our onions, our jalapenos, the tomatillos. Now guys, you're going to see there's a little bit of light red on top. We all know that's not a tomatillo. I was just a little bit short on tomatillos. I did a Google search and it said that you could use a red or a green tomato to add with it. So I had about a half-ripe tomato, so I chopped that up and put in here so I would have the right amount. So you can substitute, but it's 90% tomatillo. Okay, I've got cilantro. I just got the already pre-chopped. I've got garlic. It calls for 4 cloves, but a clove is like a teaspoon minced. So that's going to be 4 teaspoons, which is a tablespoon and a teaspoon. Go ahead and stop it for a second. Okay, we have salt, we have cumin, and we have red pepper. Okay. Need to add some vinegar. Now I will give you the complete directions in the description box, so you don't have to worry about trying to figure that one out. And we have lemon juice. Guys, you could use lemons or you could use limes. I don't have any limes today. I thought I did, so we do lemon. You probably could use the bottled juice, but I'm going to use real lemon juice. Don't you just love the smell of lemon? I know I do. Have you ever used one of these juicers? I like to use them whenever I'm doing fresh squeezed lemons, limes, oranges. Honestly, even grapefruits. Pink grapefruit's wonderful whenever you juice it like this. Okay. Let's see what we have. We need a 1/4 cup. Let's see if I can do this without getting the seeds in it. Probably about half of this. This is already starting to simmer and actually smells pretty darn good so far. A few more drops, guys. We're almost there. That's 2 small lemons juiced. Going to stir this up and let it cook a bit, and I'll show you what it looks like whenever it's ready to go into the jars. I just took my jars out of hot water. Whenever you're boiling something and you're getting ready to can it, you always do hot, hot, hot. So this is boiling, these are hot, and my canner's heating up. And my timer's still going off. This smells really good, guys. Cameraman done told me not to put all of it in the jars, so I have to save a little bit out. Said it was going to make 2 pints. I think we're going to get closer to 3, which is fine. That to burn because I'm only going to can 2 pints of it because that's what I have prepped. Okay. Always wipe the rims off of your jars whenever you're canning anything. That way, in case you've dropped something on there, you wipe it off. Because it didn't look like anything, but I got something on there. Okay. Put the jars, or put the lids on the jars finger tight. Because if you have them on there too tight, the air can't escape and they won't seal. So we're just going to take these, put them over in our water. I know that the jars are not covered up. I used the same water earlier and I had a lot more jars in there, which made the water level rise. So I'm just going to turn the heat all the way up on high. I'm going to cover these by about 1 inch, and once it comes up to a boil, they're going to process for 15 minutes. The timer just went off on our tomatillo salsa. It's time to take that out. Now, I did say I was going to only can 2, guys. I changed my mind because there was a good amount left. So I knew I would have enough to keep a taste test for us, plus another jar of salsa. So that's exactly what I did. I put some in a little jar. I had it in the refrigerator cooling off because everybody knows salsa tastes better when it's cold rather than when it's hot. So, it smells good. It looks good. This is going to be the test. It's sour, just like salsa verde is supposed to be. It's got a kicker to it. I'm happy with it. It'll be better once it gets all the way cold because it's just chilled. But guys, hey, don't be afraid to try something new. Thanks for watching. Hope you liked the video. Share it with your friends, and I'll see you on that next video.